I've been microdosing magic mushrooms for the last 5 years, and it's changed my life. While the effects have been profound, microdosing was no quick fix. To say it was a steep learning curve would put it lightly. But over time, I discovered how to get the most out of this practice, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. But first, what is microdosing? For those who don't know, microdosing is the practice of taking very small doses of a drug, usually psychedelic drugs like LSD or magic mushrooms. The dose is meant to be so small that it doesn't obviously alter your perception, so there's no hallucinations, visions or warping of reality, but you might feel a subtle boost in mood, focus and creativity. People microdose for many reasons, but it's usually as a way to improve mental health, to increase stress resilience and to make life a little bit brighter. When I first started microdosing, I was pretty lost. I had little idea what I was doing in life, was pretty unhealthy and was addicted to weed and tobacco. Nowadays, after 5 years of microdosing, I've never been happier or healthier. So I owe a lot to those little mushrooms. With that in mind, here are some useful tips I think to help anyone else who is interested in microdosing. Number 1, start very low. There's a number of variables to consider when you microdose, not least your individual sensitivity to psilocybin and the potency of the shrooms you use, which is why I think one of the most important rules for microdosing is to start with a very low dose. Now, I'm talking as low as 0.01 grams, or even less for particularly potent strains. I've known people who are very experienced with mushrooms, with a super high tolerance, like they take 7 grams plus, just for a regular trip, and they overshoot it when it comes to microdosing. They find themselves experiencing unwanted changes in perception on doses as low as 0.1 grams. So start low, I'd say 0.01 grams, and only increase as you see necessary. I personally have settled on 0.1 grams every 3 days. Number 2, microdosing alone won't fix anything. Microdosing psilocybin mushrooms does something pretty incredible to the brain. It increases its rate of neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. This basically means it increases the brain's ability to change, adapt, and grow neural pathways, which consequently allows you greater control to change your behaviours and habits. But it won't do all the work for you. If you don't make the daily effort to change your behaviours and habits, you'll essentially be wasting that window of enhanced neuroplasticity that the shrooms provide, which is why doing some sort of self-improvement program alongside your microdosing protocol is vital if you want to make long-term changes. I recommend implementing a plan that allows you to track your progress, something like a daily checklist or a schedule that keeps you on track to achieving your long-term goals. Practices like daily journaling and meditation can also be very useful complements to microdosing and will make the practice a lot more effective. If you're expecting to microdose without making any conscious daily effort to establish new habits, then don't expect any long-term changes. Number 3, add lion's mane. Lion's mane is a mushroom that, like psilocybin mushrooms, also enhances neurogenesis and neuroplasticity. However, unlike psilocybin mushrooms, it is not psychedelic and therefore legal. This is useful for people who can't access psilocybin mushrooms, but it can also be used alongside them to provide a synergistic effect. In fact, I found there are many other things you can do to enhance neuroplasticity alongside microdosing. These can make your microdosing practices even more effective or even offer benefits on their own. Things like learning a new language, exercise, visiting new places, socializing, sleep, and consuming omega-3 fatty acids have all been shown to promote the growth of new brain cells. I found that incorporating these into my life, regardless of whether I'm microdosing, can have a profound effect on my happiness and overall mental health. I've learned a lot on my 5-year journey with microdosing, but these are what I think are the most important things to consider if you're interested in it too. Thanks for watching.